All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Monday, July 22nd. It is set by Anto. Before I get started, a couple of things. One is that I'm using a new microphone, so please let me know if you're hearing any issues with the audio. The second thing is I noticed from the waffle game that today is Spoonerism Day. So let us see if we have any Spoonerisms in the clues. All right, Anto starts us off with communist group that gets you going. Oh, well, I'm immediately thinking the first word might be red, which is often used as a synonym for communist, but what would that gets you going be? Like some kind of motor or exercise? Or, you say to somebody, oh, you had me going, but I don't think it's any of those. All right, let's try the downs. Endlessly divide land where refreshments are stored. Well, I'm thinking the definition is going to be where refreshments are stored. A cooler, larder, pantry. Yeah, I think it's going to be a word for divide that's missing its last letter. Nope, don't see it. How about orders changes to capture carbon? All right, I think the definition is going to be orders. And we're going to think of a 5-letter word for changes, and we're going to put a C for carbon inside of that. Of course, there's so many different meanings to orders, as in gives direction, are the directions themselves, are sorting in order, are holy orders. So, oh dear, this is a bad start for a Monday. How about gave back theater subsidy? Well, gave back, yes, could be repaid. Rep is theater, repertory theater, and subsidy might be aid. How about she provides compensation for loss of canine? Well, whenever we see canine used, it's usually a tooth. Yes, so I think it's just a cryptic definition of the tooth fairy. All right, that gives us a nice R and T, although there are a lot of words that would fit that second pattern. No. Let's try my established way to keep figure in shape. Figure in shape could be, wordplay. But then again, way can be street, which is ST. And it would be funny to have a definition, my established way. Yeah, I don't see that. How about fool breaks a part of scenery as artistic political statement? Well, fool breaking something also sounds like wordplay. What's a part, though, of scenery? Is it just part of the word, or is it... Yeah, I don't know. And then is political statement the definition? Yeah. No, don't see that. Our band take off with drug. Well, drug is often E for ecstasy or H for heroin. So I'm thinking it's going to be a 5-letter word for take off. And it's going to give us band, which of course could be a rubber band, a loop of some kind, or it could be a musical band. No. Acceptable to have time for such racists. Okay, 3-5. I'm wondering if it could be far right. And that's the definition, such racists. But then let's see. Acceptable to have time. Well, T for time at the end, but no, I'm not seeing it. And one down would have a funny F. Oh, carafe, maybe? Could be where refreshments are stored. Let me put in carafe just to see if I like it. Endlessly divide land. No. No. And then our political statement would begin with R. No, I'm not liking any of this, so let me go on. Chicken in pot, that's enough for 2. Wow, I'm really struggling today. That's enough for 2. Is that the definition? One skipping meal, looking to get free travel. I wonder if it's one skipping followed by something for a meal. That is free travel. Pass something. What is one skipping? No. Great facts about how actors work. Oh, 10 letters. I'm thinking it might be an anagram of great facts, and that about is telling us to anagram them. And how actors work. What do we have inside of great facts? We have stage. Oh, stagecraft, of course. Inside the actor's studio and all that. Okay. So, yeah, I'm making tough work of this today. How about regularly feed bimbo lies? That can be swallowed. Well, are we going to take every second letter of feed bimbo lies? Let me see. Oh, I see we have EDIBLE. Yeah, so edible. All right, it's getting a little bit easier now. But I'm going to have to go back and try those first clues again. How about support for Elizabeth in relation to marriage partner? Is Elizabeth going to be Beth or Liz? Oh, could it be ER for the late Queen? The support can be bra, but it could also be some easel or something in relation to marriage partner. Spouse? Spousal? No, don't see it. Show Chinese doctrine contains excessive spin. No, let me go back to the Downs. Raised fuss, then dashed inside promptly. I'm thinking promptly might be the definition, something like at one fell swoop or in one something at on the run. Um, yeah, we might raise a word for fuss. Oh, and then maybe we dash our anagram inside. But then the last two words would be an anagram of inside. I'm not seeing that. Sin die. No. Wise to swallow medicine when leaks happen. Could that be Ernie Wise with his short, fat, hairy legs? To swallow some kind of short thing for a medicine. I think the definition then would be when leaks happen. Rainfall or no. I will leave robber choice between wife and daughter. It's offensive. Well, a robber could be a thief. Oh, and if the I leaves thief, we have the F. And then I thought of the F word. So let's see. A choice between wife and daughter is W for wife, RD for daughter. That's clever. And the F word is considered offensive. There we go. All right, so now, oh, this might end in ST for street. Otherwise, a figure inside what shape ends in T? Yeah, no, I'm thinking it's going to be. Well, actually, I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, here that last E might be the drug, and so we have takeoff. Now, takeoff could be an airplane taking off, or it could be removing clothes. It could be to impersonate somebody. Don't see it. Oh, our chicken in pot. That's enough for two. Ends in W. I'm going to pause and rehydrate and think about that one. No, nothing is coming to me. Let's go back to the Downs. Looney left sees me shifting my personal values. So I'm thinking it might be an anagram of left sees me. In fact, yeah, thinking of my personal, if that's part of the definition, I thought of something beginning with self. And I think the letters left over are self-esteem. The only thing that confuses me is that loony would seem to be the anagram indicator. But then what is the word shifting doing? Because that also seems to indicate an anagram. And then I'm not sure about the definition. My personal values would be I suppose maybe how you value yourself, my personal values. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure of that, so I'll be ready to change it if it's wrong. Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. All right, how about a cry for help, which I'm about to give? About defeat, it needs careful handling. Well, that last part seems to be the definition. Something that needs careful handling, something that's fragile, delicate matter. But we're going to have a cry for help going around defeat. Now, is it defeat the noun or the verb? I think it's going to be the verb, which could be beat. Oh, no, I think it's best, which is not a verb I would ever use to best somebody, but we've seen it in the crossword before. So it has now entered my vocabulary for the crossword. And I'm thinking of asbestos. Oh, an A, cry for help. And of course, I should have realized the A is important. A is A. Cry for help is an SOS. There we go. And asbestos does need careful handling. All right, container is stuck in run. I'm thinking canister. Let's see. We do have the word is, and that's in the middle of canter, which is a type of a run. All right, acknowledgement of success is rare. Certainly not. So this is just I suppose, a double definition. Punning well done would be acknowledgement of success, but certainly not rare well done. All right. Oh, I'm thinking of a word here now that we have these letters that means a type of show, a military show, which would be a tattoo. It's not just something you get inked on your body. But then how about Chinese? The Chinese doctrine is the Tao. Oh, an excessive is over the top, but you have to spin that around to get TTO. That's good. All right, how about ride out in direction that's most strange? Well, that would seem to be an EST word, most strange. Oh, weirdest, the direction is west, and inside it we have an anagram of ride, ride out. Okay, waiter, one with lots of information. Oh, I think it's a double definition. A server, of course, could be a waiter, but then a data server would have a lot of information. 1 million flowers, or it could be flowers, of course. These may enhance front or rear. I'm thinking 1 million means we start with I am. Oh, and if it is flowers, then maybe simply plants, and people now are getting implants not only in their front but also their rear. Anyway, whatever floats your boat, or I suppose, or floats your butt. All right, almost apologetic when sitting on the Spanish plant. Oh, so apologetic would be sorry, but we're missing the Y, and then the in Spanish, one of the words is el, and sorrel, it's an herb, I think, is it? All right. I'm wondering if this support for Elizabeth could be espousal. Is that a word like spousal? I'm going to pause and check that. No, I don't think so. Of course, the most common meaning of espousal is putting forward ideas or beliefs, but then The actual engagement or marriage would be called an espousal, so I don't think it's that, but let's try central reason wasteful learners will be behind. Yeah, I don't see that one. There's no obvious wordplay indicators that I can see other than will be behind. And of course, learners could be L, but it doesn't look like we have an L behind anything. Central reason, is that the definition? Are simply central. No. Guys like using this exercise system starting to build muscles. So we take the starting letters of the first 6 words and we get glutes. So I think that's related to the implants clue. Maybe it is a spousal. I'm just not sure, firstly, of the definition, if that really is in relation to marriage partner. But then how is support for Elizabeth? Yeah, I'm not, I don't see it. I am going to go ahead and do a cheeky check this for that word. It is correct, but I don't understand how or why. So we'll have to go to 15 squared for that one. Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything for this central. Other than just occurred to me, could be behind a stern. Oh, yes, it's the central letters of reason, wasteful, and learners. There we go. It's good to get that one. All right, so after a very dodgy start for me, the bottom half is done. Now, what's our one skipping meal looking to get free travel? Could it be a late riser would skip breakfast maybe, but that's a bit of a stretch. No. Yeah, I don't even know where I'm going to begin again. Communist group, that gets you going. Yeah, I'll pause and think about it. All right, well, while I was paused and thinking about one across, I looked again at my orders and I thought changes is often edits, and if you put a C for carbon inside of that, you get edicts. So then I thought, oh, well, maybe one across starts with the something for a communist group. And of course, followers of Trotsky were known as the Trots. And that is also a condition that might have you going to the bathroom, the trots. So I am going to use the check this button. It is correct. Anyway, there you go. The trots. Okay. So now our endlessly divide. Ooh, our refreshments are stored, I think begins with a T. Endlessly divide land. Yeah, where does the land come into it? Must be part of the wordplay. Where refreshments are stored. Oh, a tea. What would you call it? A tea. A teapot, maybe? Tea set? I don't know if that's where the refreshments are stored, though. All right, let me pause and think about the fool and the political statement. That I think will be useful. Well, I realize that I have and I'm sure you all spotted it long ago, a typo in four down. It should be the tooth fairy. And I do remember a word from probably reading the NME in the 80s when they were very political and discussing political acts. They would talk about agitprop. Uh, Not exactly sure of what it stands for. Agitation, propaganda, maybe. But I think the wordplay is the part of scenery is a prop. I'm not sure if a prop is necessarily part of the scenery. And then the fool is a git. I don't know if when you hear the abusive term git applied to somebody that you necessarily mean they're a fool. But anyway, I think it's agitprop, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, this might be T something. Oh, so it's not the far right. Oh, I think it's the alt right. Um, to have acceptable, to have time. I'm still not seeing that other than no, we do now have, yes, if something is, of course, acceptable, it's all right. And it's this T is the one for time. All right, so then, yeah, T something. Let me pause and try and think of a T type thing. I think it might be tea bag, just because I think to land something might be to bag it. And then TEA must be a word for divide without its last letter. Tear, I suppose? Is that divide? I suppose it is. Okay. Just the top right corner left. Again, I'm not sure where I'm going to start with this. I suppose the one skipping meal is where I have the most letters. Surely I can work this out. I'm going to go on pause again. All right, I did have to resort to wordplays.com, put in those letters, and there were many possible matching phrases, but I saw fair dodger and I thought, oh, yeah, that's definitely somebody looking to get free travel. And I think the punning definition is, well, if you're skipping a meal, you're dodging fare, as in food. Anyway, it gives us, I think, a nice G there. Wise to swallow medicine. Oh, wise could be sage. I do like that. So the A could be in second position or in sixth. Wise to swallow medicine when leaks happen. I think the A is more likely to be here, not seepage or sausage. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go back to word plays to fill that one in. Of course, it is a spillage pill is the medicine. I definitely should have thought of that. All right. Oh, so it's not ST for street. My established way. Something like a mindset or, but to keep figure in shape. Not seeing it. How about my chicken in pot? I'm thinking it's going to be double L O W, pillow, mallow, fallow. Yikes. Yeah, and if we're going to put some short word for a chicken inside a word for pot, that word for pot would end in W. I still don't get the definition. If that is the definition, that's enough for two. No, I think I'm going to have to use word plays again. Well, the very first word returned by wordplays.com was yellow, and I passed over that. But then I went back and thought, oh, wait a minute, chicken, if that's the definition, might be a synonym for yellow. I don't get the wordplay, though, in pot. That's enough for two. No, I'm going to go ahead and check this. It is right, but I have no idea why. All right, just three left. We have my established way. Band takes off. Our band take off with. Oh, yes, I did say something about taking off clothes, and that would be strip. And with the E, it's a band, another kind of band, a stripe. Oh, this certainly looks like something the raised fuss. Oh, maybe then is dashed inside. Oh, there is some expression for promptly. Now, what's the fuss going to be that's raised? And then is just simply then goes inside it? No, I think the dashed must be an anagram indicator. So I think that's not, I think the N then would have to be here. A fuss could be a do, but yeah, don't see that either. Yeah, let me pause and go through the alphabet. It's not a do, it is to do. There was a lot of to do. And when that is raised and then anagrammed inside it, you get on the dot promptly, of course. All right, now just my established way to keep figure in shape. Yeah, is there a figure hidden inside, and then in what would shape be? No, I think I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one. Corset. Okay, so it is a way to keep a figure in shape. Now, how is that my established? Yeah, I'm not seeing that. All right, let's check all. Everything else still seems to be there. Okay, we'll head over to 15 Squared and see what they have to say. All right, today's blog is by Lunapic. Bit tougher than Standard Monday. Oh, the bottom half was relatively straightforward, but the top half held out for a bit. That was definitely my experience. Some of the grammar was stretched, to say the least, especially, the spin in tattoo. Yes, and there appears to be two anagram indicators in the clue for self-esteem. I would definitely agree with that. And some solvers may not like, yeah, he did go pretty close to the edge there, Anto. All right, the ones I wasn't sure about. Oh my goodness, core as an exclamation, where you might say, oh my. Instead, you might say core. Set, of course, is established. I should have got that part, but core for my, oh dear. But I do need to remember that my, when it isn't referring to the setter's name. Yeah, it could just be an exclamation. A prop. I'm not sure it is a part of the scenery, but there you go. Oh, a pot. That's enough for two. It's a snooker reference. Oh, I did not get that at all, even though I do enjoy snooker. Of course, I don't get to see it in the USA, but every now and then someone uploads a good match to YouTube. I get to watch it there. And then 23. Oh, support is the definition. Okay, I read it wrong. And then Elizabeth is E, and then spousal. Yeah, okay. I should have seen that. All right. Teabag. Yeah, it is tear endlessly plus bag, land. I'm not sure about the definition too. Refreshments are stored in a tea bag. Not sure. And self-esteem, yeah, two different anagram indicators. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think I followed everything else. A few issues. Thanks for the challenge, yeah. And then some definitions, questioning. Yeah. Oh, an unforgiving grid. Yeah, the shape of the grid they choose does have a big impact. Are you going to get a lot of starting letters or not, for example? Teabag. Chambers has this under refreshment. A drink or a light meal. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, it was tough, particularly the top half, but I did enjoy it. Again, let me know if you're hearing any issues with the audio. But thank you as always for watching and have a great day.